was fake.
Yeah, I know. That was so funny to me.
I legit thought they hit me up. I said, "There's no way. This is a lie. Okay, this is a lie."
Who would prank you like this? That's the thing.
Listen, they said, "Have your people." I said, "I don't have no people. My husband, my people. We're gonna figure it out." And we bought the flight. And once we knew it was real,
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And that's where we at.
I'm so grateful. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you for coming through.
Thank
both
you for having
and
me.
your husband Des. And tell me about you.
Yeah. So my name originally Aaliyah. I go as Queen Lee now. I'm a Christian hip hop artist. I'm born and raised in Atlanta. Like my husband won't let you forget he's from Detroit. I won't let you forget that I'm from Atlanta.
Atlanta. Okay.
Real Atlanta.
Real Atlanta.
Okay.
Not suburbs Atlanta.
No, real Atlanta.
Real
okay?
Atlanta.
I love my city so much.
I love
and then
it.
just moving other places. So I lived in California for about 6 months.
Okay. What part?
Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach. Yeah, for sure.
I went out there to do like a DTS, like a circuit rider. It's called circuit rider. So it's discipleship training school.
Okay.
So going to other states made me want to rep my city more because a lot of people have a lot to say about Atlanta, so it made me want to rep my city more.
Got you. Not
Anyway.
negative though, right? They wouldn't turn. What were they saying about Atlanta?
They think Atlanta not a real place. Like Atlanta, we do think we are our own state. Like
Right.
it's Georgia, but Atlanta is a state too.
Got
Like
you.
we just really different. We just really
it's a city state.
No, it's a city state.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna start saying that. So that's just us. And so a lot of people have their narratives and whatever about Atlanta, but you're not gonna talk about Atlanta around me.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, born and raised in Atlanta, love my city so much.
Yep.
Literally, so I can just go back to me being saved, right?
Yeah,
So
for
I
sure.
got saved in 2017.
Okay.
My whole life, never knew God at all. But I always even my first tattoos and stuff was about God, but I didn't know him.
Interesting.
In my family, we only went to church on New Year's.
Got it.
So once a year, technically twice, because when it hit midnight, then it's a new day.
Right.
So twice a
You
year,
got a
basically.
2-for-1 deal?
Yeah. And
on December 31st
so now
and January
I can
1st?
say it was 2 times a year.
That's right.
So
That's
we went to
hilarious.
church only on New Year's, not even the traditional Black family Easter.
No, you didn't do that.
No.
So y'all just went to the
Watch night.
watch night service.
Watch night service only.
Yep.
And then when I got to a certain age, my mama stopped making us even go to that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I grew up just super regular. So in Atlanta, super regular is loud, ratchet, very hood, all the different things. And that was me. That's how I grew up.
For sure.
And so 2017 come and I'm working at Amazon. So it was 2 things in the world at that time that I loved more than anything. And that was men and money.
Got it.
As long as those 2 are present, I'm there.
Yeah, got you.
You know,
Feel
if I'm gonna make some money,
Yep.
men are there,
Yep.
I'm coming.
Yeah, for sure.
And so those are 2 things in life that I cared about the most. And I'm 19 at this point. I already had 2 abortions at this point. So just crazy lifestyle, right? Started
Yep.
having sex at 14.
Mm-hmm.
So boom, I'm working at Amazon at a warehouse, and this guy, and he nice looking, so he come up to me, we talking and stuff. He prophesied to me for the first time, and I didn't know what that was. I was like, he a witch? I don't know how he know me. Something's going on. That's just my way of thinking.
Hey,
honestly.
hold on, Queen. Calm down. All right, we going fast. You know what I'm saying?
I said, now this is a
I'm about to throw
warlock.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yo, I'm weak. All right. Hold on. Hold on. All right, so this
Really?
is crazy sauce. Okay, so slow down real quick. Okay, so you at work.
Amazon warehouse.
Okay, bro rose up on you.
Mm-hmm.
He's attractive to you.
Yes. No,
So-
I'm attracted to him.
Oh,
I don't really know if he want me.
No, that's what I said. He's attractive to you.
Oh, attracted to me.
Yeah,
yes.
He's attractive to you, so you what's popping?
Mm-hmm.
And homie hits you with a word
Mm-hmm.
because you was only in church for your 2-for-1.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know nothing about the prophetic.
Nope.
You don't know.
I didn't know that's what it was called.
You didn't know nothing.
I didn't know it. I never heard the word prophecy in my life before then. And I'm in college too. And I'm in college studying psychology because I knew I wanted to talk, but I didn't know how the Lord was going to have me speaking. So I thought probation officer, counselor. I love. So marriage counselor. I just knew I was in school for psychology. And he was like, you supposed to be somewhere talking. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm in school for. Okay, cool. And he was like, no, the type of words that the Lord has given you is for you to use for him. And he was like,
Okay, hold on. Sorry. I see everything
Yeah,
cinematically.
yeah.
Right. So did he say hi? Did he just walk up to you and just hit you with a word? How did this?
okay.
I need it from the beginning.
Okay.
You see this nigga coming over
so I
to
see
you,
him.
and then what happens?
So basically, okay, this was all God.
Okay.
So Amazon, some days, depending on the workload, they'll put you on partners.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 people. And so I was riding forklifts back then. So was he.
You was
And
whipping
so-
a forklift?
Yeah.
Come on, little mom.
Yeah, I can.
Let's get it
I
cracking.
can do it.
Huh?
Forward, backward, what we need.
Let's go.
I can do it.
Yeah.
And so they put the names on the board of the partners for that day, and they put me and him as partners.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you go find your partner, your name, you trying to find out who your partner is.
Yep.
So you go, you find your partner, and he was my partner.
Okay.
And so we about to start the workload or whatever, and that's when, like, as we're working, he just came out like, you supposed to be somewhere talking for the Lord. Like, that's what you're supposed to be doing. And so he was like, we have a Bible study every Wednesday night or Thursday night, I can't remember which one now. And it was that day. Wow. It was the day that he was saying that's when the Bible studies was. He was like, you should come tonight. And in my head, I'm like, let me get your number. I'm like, yeah, I want your number. I ain't trying to come to this Bible study though.
Right.
I didn't say that, but that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm gonna get your number, but I ain't coming to this Bible study.
Right.
So I get his number. I leave. I go back to my side of town. Where this Bible study is about 50 minutes from my house.
Wow.
And so I had about $10 in my bank account. So that was gonna be the gas money. And I was like, nope, not put my last hit in there for the Bible study that I want to go to.
Yeah, for
not
sure.
doing it.
Yeah.
And he ended up calling me, didn't save his number. So of course I answered. And he was like, hey, are you coming? And I'm just like, ugh. And what I didn't know was the Holy Spirit then. Something was unctioning me to go. Like, you need to go. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go. So I go to the gas station, about to put my last 10 in the tank, which I know now was freaking faith. But I'm about to put my last 10 in the tank, and never in my life, y'all, I found money on the ground. I found $20 on the ground. I'm at Quick Trip. Okay, I'm at Quick Trip in the hood. And I literally find, you never find money on the ground. Who ever finds money on the ground? So I find these $20 on the ground. I put the $20 in my tank. Didn't have to put the 10 in there. Kept it in my account.
Kept your 10.
And I go to this Bible study, and I got saved that night. It was crazy. I literally got saved that night, and I plugged into that church for 8 years.
Shout out to your Amazon forklift
That's
partner.
so
Yo, like, we be thinking that, oh man, I don't want to say nothing to nobody. I don't want nobody to think. Like, that one thing turned into this right now.
Whole thing. Yep. So I went there, got saved. I stayed plugged in at the church for about 8 years. I was like in my first time at the church, not the Bible study, like actually going on a Sunday service. I sat on the front row, and I always sit on the front row because I'm short. Okay, Not because I'm so in tuned or whatever. I sit on the front row because I'm short. When y'all stand up and worship, I can't see, so I like being in the front.
For sure.
So I sat in the front row, and my pastor, who is actually my spiritual father now, he's my spiritual father. He's actually marrying me and my husband next month.
Dope.
The pastor comes up and he's like, you gonna do what I'm doing. And I'm like, I said, you talking to me? Yeah, you gonna do what I'm doing. I said, wrong chick, wrong place, wrong time, wrong everything. Like, I don't know. And he was like, I'm telling you, you're gonna do what I'm doing. And he immediately pulled me up into leadership. Lord says, and I don't know nothing about, so I heard a lot of people in ministry because, I didn't know nothing about God.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I learned very fast. My pastor was teaching me power with people and not power over people. Just because you're in leadership,
You don't flex on them.
you don't do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's not what we're about.
And just 2 short years later, I became his assistant. I was his assistant for 3 years. After that, for 2 more years, I ran production at the church. So it's just like the Lord literally pushed me into ministry.
For sure.
Super quickly. Like, my relationship with the Lord just took off super fast. So that's a little bit of the background of how I got saved.
Yeah.
Do you want me to keep going?
Girl, please.
Okay.
I'm watching a movie right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So that's 2017, right?
Yeah.
2019, this challenge come out. It's a rap challenge, and it's called. Now, if everybody know me, I love rap. I love Nicki Minaj. My girl, I would study her lyrics when
Okay.
I was younger.
Yeah, for sure.
Future, Young Thug, all the people from Atlanta that just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And so, 2019 World Rights challenge going around on Instagram, and it's called a Back in the Days challenge, and it's a beat everybody's using, and they're talking about who they was back in the days and who they are now. And the Lord was like, do the challenge. And I'm like, you want me to rap? Like, you telling me to rap. Now, I know that I'm very into music, but not did I think that I would be doing it.
Okay, so up until this point, up until this rap challenge, you wasn't rapping.
So when I was in 7th grade,
Okay.
I was in this rap group.
Okay.
It was called F Love Get Money.
Got it.
I'm telling you, that's what it was called, y'all.
Got it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And that was my first time rapping. And we had like one little song, But other than that, no. Like, and not seriously, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah.
like kids. I was
Yeah,
probably
for-
like 12 or something,
We got a group.
No,
I don't know if anybody gonna like our name. F Love Get Money.
I'm telling
it's the
you.
name of the group. We not changing it for nobody.
We wasn't.
We don't care how offensive this is. 12 years old.
And And the fact that I'm rapping for love now is insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's so insane.
He's redeemed it all.
He is so good.
Unbelievable.
And so I do this challenge. It blow up.
Okay. Okay. I just want to make sure.
Okay.
I'm sorry, man. I just got to make sure. I just got to make sure I'm hearing you right. All right. You and your friends talk to you like your auntie. You and your little friends, right? Did your little music group when you was 12. You ain't rap since.
No.
You ain't wrote nothing. You ain't wrote a hot 16 and just tuck it in your jean.
Not at all.
You ain't got a little notebook scratching the itch. Like you ain't on break at Amazon like you ain't got
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Unbelievable.
And when the Lord told me to write it, y'all, I wrote that rap in 10 minutes.
Okay.
It came so quickly.
So from one MC to another, she just told you she was dope without telling you she's dope.
I didn't know.
Only people that really are about this life do something intense.
I'm telling you, it was 10 minutes, y'all. It was crazy. So I write that, and one of my friends, he's my brother. He's a Christian hip hop artist. His name is Glow. So good. And he said, God told me you're supposed to be on my album. And he sent me a song with an open verse on it, and that was my first time being in the studio. This 2019, first time being in the studio, and everybody loved the song. So the Lord's like telling me like lock in with music, but I was like, what you said, how you was running from doing this podcast?
Yeah, for sure.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not doing
I'm
that.
not trying to be no rapper.
Right.
I'm supposed to have a women's ministry. Okay? I'm supposed to be talking to the women.
My pastor said I was going to do what he's doing.
Right.
Where my robe at?
Please. Okay? So
I'm supposed to be doing 7 last words around Easter.
I did not think that I was going to be rapping. I'm the last person to think that I'll be rapping, like, honestly.
This is wild.
And so I was like, okay, Lord, I'm going to just put a few songs out. So I put like 2 songs out. One called, the first one that I dropped by myself was called Out the Mud. And people loved it. And next thing you know, do you know who Big Breeze is?
Mm-mm.
Anike, well, her name was Wande.
Yeah.
She's Anike.
I know Anike.
Those are my friends now. And they're hitting me up. Like, now, like, on April 16th, we'll have like 4 songs out together, me and Anike. And me and Big Breeze got music out. And I'm just like, these, like, people want to work with me. I'm just like, really?
Hey, go back to Out the Mud real quick, though. You know what I'm saying? Take me a little bit slower. How'd that hook go?
Out the Mud is good. So, it go like, straight out the mud it costs. Ain't no other way I'm boss. Straight from the bottom it's raw. Now I got to carry that cross. That's the hook.
Mm-hmm. I felt something on that thing when you said it. I was like, tell me, give me some of it. Yeah. I need some of it.
No, I thought the mud was like it's one of my favorites. I mean, it's my baby also, but
sure.
it's like one of my favorites, a crowd favorite. And so yeah, that's how I got into music for real. I just didn't, I don't know. Like I really can't believe like this is my life when it comes to music. Like being in some of these rooms that people that I listen to, that I love, that, you know, that you've had on your podcast. Like it's kind of crazy. And so that's how the Lord introduced me to music. What's the other thing, babe? Oh, probably the radio show. Our radio show is called Fresh Leftovers Radio Show. And I told you a little bit downstairs, but literally Fresh Leftovers, they started a few years before. I want to say like 3 years before me. And it started with my brother Legacy just it wasn't even his, he didn't have a daughter yet, but it was an extra room in his house with a picnic table and a mic. And he was just like doing Christian, you know, hip hop art, having Christian hip hop artists online, interviewing them, X, Y, Z and stuff. And then a few years later, they saw some of my videos on Instagram and was just like, we want you to come in for an interview. They wanted to interview me. But I ended up doing like a working interview because they asked me to come back 2 more times. And I came back those 2 more times and they was like, yeah, we've been asking Laura for a female co-host and you're it.
Wow.
And so I've been there for, I think 3 years now, 3 going on 4, something like that. So yeah. I hope that give you enough about me.
Are you kidding me? Like this, like I'm over here and you wrote a book?
Yes. So I was single for 4.5 years before me and my husband met. And this is the women's ministry thing I was talking about. Because the Lord had spoke to me about women's ministry. So I kind of thought that he was tripping when he said music. Because I'm you said women, you know? Yeah. And so not knowing that we could have so many different hats. So in 2020, I started writing to my husband. The Lord told me to start writing to my husband. I didn't meet him till 2022, and we didn't get married until 2024. But the Lord told me to start writing to my husband, so I'm doing that. And the Lord, as I'm writing to my husband, the Lord was like, you're going to create a Dear Husband journal for other women. And I was like, okay. And so a few years go by, I sit with it or whatever. And 2021 come, the Lord is like, all right, it's time. You know, you finally in a season where you're content with your singleness. You are actually accepting the fact that that your husband isn't here yet and that you're just in a waiting season, whatever, you finally are, I feel like you're finally learning how to wait well. And so he wants me to teach other women how to wait well. So I get on Canva and I start creating this journal. Easy. Just journal, just lines, right? Dear husband, lines. Dear husband, lines.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord was like, actually, no.
Mm.
After the first at least 10, 20 pages of that book, you're going to talk about this single season.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord allowed me, this is the first time that I felt the Lord allow me to feel something just for others, right? So I started feeling this thing where I didn't feel content no more. I started feeling lonely again. I was being invited to so many engagement parties and all these things. And I started just to feel like, I started to feel bad again. And I didn't feel that in a very long time. And I was like, Lord, why am I feeling this? He was like, so you can write it. He was like, because please don't, like, he humbled me enough to know, like, you're not so far from, like, not needing me in this single season that you can't write about it to other women.
Right, for sure.
And so, yeah, it's different chapters where it talks about distractions, healthy distractions, how to create them, how to wait well, how to not get weary in well doing, how to remember the promise, just so many different things or whatever. And so I put those chapters in the first part of the book, and then the end you get to start writing to your husband once you feel like you've learned these things and developed in these areas.
It's great.
And the Lord was like, will you give me this book? And I was like, yeah. He was like, well, I don't want it to be called Dear Husband. I want it to be called As I Wait. So the book is called As I Wait. It's on Amazon and it's linked in my bio and all those things. But it's just to teach women how to wait well, for real. I really just want to teach women